Hi there, this is Save with Crypto. Okay, so if you watch my video from 3 days ago, whenever the 27th was, I think that was maybe 2 days ago, I started to use this CryptoSea.com trading bot. This is one that works with an API that controls ByBit on the BTC USDT inverse perpetual pair. And what I did to test it out was I put into the ByBit account, actually put in 3,875, I think it was, US dollars. It was actually at the time, it was 0.2 Bitcoin. That's what I actually used to get the USDT. So in actual fact, it's always a bit hard with bots to work out, did it make a profit or not? Because if you look at the US dollar value, sometimes, it's not as good as the BTC value, and it depends what's most important to you. I think what's most important to me is the BTC value, which is actually slightly up, as you can see. It started off at 0.2, pretty much exact. In fact, I think it was slightly under that, 0.1999 something. So it's now at 0.201079 something, and that's made a profit. Now, if you look at the actual trade itself, if I come here, USDT perpetual, that one there, BTC USDT, it doesn't look very exciting, to be honest. What you see here is down here the equity is 3,861 USDT. At the moment, the available balance is 2,600 USDT. Now, what seems to happen is the bot seems to run every hour on a few minutes past the hour. And if there's something to do, the bot will execute. If the bot doesn't think there's something to do, it won't do anything. So sometimes you see it, doing something every hour. Sometimes you don't. So if you look in the order history here, you can see here the past forever, it's mostly been opening shorts and then occasionally closing a short. It's done no longs at all so far because I think the bot has sensed that we're in a downtrend. So it seems better to sort of do shorts rather than longs. As a human, I'd obviously kind of disagree with that a little bit. I'd think, wait for it to drop and then try and catch a bottom, long it up. But the bot seems to be working opposite to the way I'm thinking, which is probably not a bad thing, to be honest. Now, there's been a bit of a drop this morning in the price of Bitcoin, and you can see here that the bot is $16 in profit, which is 1.28%. Now that's over about 3 days. Now that to me is a little bit low. I know Dan and Sem, I think their names are, they were reckoning it will do about 60 to 70% a year. Now, of course, you can't base this on 3 days data, because I think what it's looking for like a really big drop or something, and then it's going to make a killing there, close out the position totally, then start a new position maybe, because at the moment it doesn't actually fully close a position. It kind of scales in and scales out of positions, which is quite a neat way to work, actually. And it's also worth noting that the leverage it uses is 0.32x. Now apparently it will never use more than 1x, which is great, because that means, say for the moment it's in a short and the liquidation price is $79,396, and Bitcoin's never been that high, so there's no chance of liquidation there. But it does mean there's probably not much chance of like massive profits. Now the planning one at the moment costs €39 a month, so I would hope by the end of the month it's made more than €39, and so far it hasn't. But we'll keep plodding along and see what happens. I'm going to run it for a month and see if it's profitable. I think it will be, to be honest. Bearing in mind the price of Bitcoin has probably gone pretty much down since I started using it, and it has made a little bit of profit, so that's good. It's probably better than if I just bought Bitcoin and done nothing with it. If you look at the actual orders, you can see all these red ones here is where it's opened a short, and then occasionally it will close a short. Now the temptation is, of course, when you see it in profit, is to close the bot and take the profit and then let it run with the rest. Now, the owners advise us not to do that. And that's probably the right thing to do, to be honest, because what it's looking for, it's looking to get that really good position. It wants like a really good high, then a massive drop, and then it will take the profit. So yeah, I don't know. It's early days now. It's 2 o'clock now, 1400 if you like, and we probably should see that do an order in the next 2 or 3 minutes. So if we just check the field down there, you can see the last one was at 2 minutes past 4 this morning, and that was a short at 19,388. Now I would suspect, as we just had quite a reasonable drop in the last hour, I would suspect it might try and close part of that short maybe, or if the bot has detected that there's a further downtrend involved, then it might try and continue with the short. I mean, to me it looks like it's bounced, but there's obviously something cleverer than me in the bot, so we'll see what happens. So I have to just wait a few minutes. Okay, so it's 14:02 now. So if it doesn't do a trade in the next few seconds, then I'll assume that it's going to give this one a miss, and it's looking for a lower value, which would make sense because we're only talking from 19,388, which is about, where's that? That's about there, down to where we are now. It's only 0.99%, you know, so maybe it's looking for larger moves like, you know, 1 or 2%, for example. But yeah, it doesn't look to me like it's executed at this point in time. You see, the rest of them are all at 01, 02, 02, 02. So yeah, we're on 03 now. So it looks to me like that's looking for a lower value. Without actually knowing how the bot works, it's a bit odd because it's hard to work out exactly what's going on. I mean, I know yesterday when there was that great big pump, everyone was saying, "Oh, why didn't it go long?" As everybody in the Discord server, everyone was saying, "Why didn't it go long? It could have made a load of money then." In fact, what mine did, it lost about $80, and it was looking really bad. And then, of course, what happened? It did a Bart Simpson, came back down, and of course, it was still in the short. I think it even did another short from the top, so it got all the money back. And then went slightly in profit, you know. So I think that's just the nature of bots, really. That's how it's going to be. I mean, at the moment, it's saying $16 in profit, which isn't too bad. I mean, if it was doing that every 3 days or every 2 days, then I'd be really happy because the return on that over a year or so would be really worthwhile. But anyway, I'll keep an eye on it, see how it goes, because it's interesting. It does seem to work different to other bots that I've looked at. Maybe what I should do is do a comparison of something side by side. Maybe one from 3 commas or one of the OKX ones that Satoshi Stacker has been trying out. They look quite interesting as well. Anyway, if you do want to get hold of this, it's on offer with this early bird access until the end of the month. So that's today and tomorrow, isn't it? After that, I will have a referral link that will get you a free trial, but I haven't got that right now. So yeah, you can either wait a couple of days and use my free trial, or you can get in there now on the early bird access. Now, what I would say is Dan would like you to use his affiliate link for ByBit, but you don't have to. It works with any ByBit account. Because it uses the USDT inverse perpetual pair, you want to make sure that you haven't got other trades using USDT. Otherwise, it's going to mess up the margins and all that, especially as it uses cross margin rather than isolated. So it might be worth just having a new account just for the bot. And if you do that, you can use mine, which you can get to by going to savewith.crypto.org/ByBit, and that gets you up to. It still gets you up to $4,800 bonus, I think, but you obviously have to do a massive deposit to get that. But it is sort of scaled up as well. You know, if you sort of put in like $1,000 or something, you get 100 back or something like that. But you definitely get something, and it's the same bonus that everyone gets. There's nothing special about Crypto or Thomas Crowlow and them people. I've got the same deal as them, as far as I know. So use my link because I need the money more than they do. So yeah, thank you, and it gets you something as well. So there's that. Okay, so that's about it for the moment. So it looks okay. The only reason I might stop using this is it might just bore me to death because you know, the rewards are quite okay and slow and a bit boring. and it's not kind of how I like things. Really, I like to sort of make a ton of money in one day and then feel really smug about it, and then and then I don't feel too bad if I lose a bit, a few days later or something, But overall, I kind of like them big swings. But if you're more of a kind of person who just wants a steady income, then it might be something you might want to consider. And there might be better bots out there. I'm sure there are, actually, to be honest. The other thing I like about this is the way it seems to do it. Is it seems to do a limit order to do the trades, but it does the limit order triggered by the API. So as far as I can see, the limit orders don't appear on the order book until they get executed. Now, for anyone who knows about liquidity hunts, that kind of thing, this is actually quite important, and it's one of the advantages over a market order to a limit order. But limit orders are obviously cheaper, and if you're going to do lots of them throughout the day, then limit order is the way to go. But my worry was, if you've got a load of people, like everybody using CryptoSea, they're all using it at the same time, and then if all them orders were to appear in the order book at the same time, it's going to look like a Christmas tree, and then you have these big sort of whale bots coming along, and they'll just grab the liquidity. That might not be what you want to happen. You might get front run, that kind of thing. So there's that. The other thing is there's this kind of Discord server, and there's a lot of spammers in there, to be honest, and there's a lot of people promoting their own crap in there, and it doesn't seem to be very well organised. You get the occasional message from Rover, and you're never quite even sure if that's the real one. So if you do use the Discord server, just be careful who you're talking to, and obviously if you're getting direct messages, probably ignore them, to be honest. And it's the usual situation where the admins won't contact you first. If you contact them, they'll contact you back, but they won't contact you first and offer you some stupid opportunity that's too good to be true. So there you go. That's something to watch out for. So I'll tell you more things to watch out for. If you subscribe to my channel, make sure you've got notifications set on all. Leave a nice comment. Do like the video, of course, and above all, tell your friends.